to quickly cut across to Washington, D.C., where India Today's Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan is standing by. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be landing soon in Washington, D.C. And Geeta, this is where, from all the talk of world peace, the conversation now will be more on the nuts and bolts of diplomacy and checkmating a hostile country like China, Geeta. Okay, Geeta, I'm sure there's a lot of, you're perhaps where Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be landing. The Indian community is there. Geeta, take it away. Tell us what's happening where you are, Geeta. And these are live images that we are getting to you from Washington, D.C. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is en route Washington from New York. He's likely to land in about another 15 to 20 minutes from now, is what we are being told. Two images on your television screen. A short while back, the Prime Minister in plane for DC. The state visit, the second leg or the official second leg of that visit begins now. The Prime Minister is a state guest. This evening, there is a private dinner at the White House. The Prime Minister would be meeting US President Joe Biden and the First Lady Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden. After that, there is a private dinner tonight. Several other engagements for the Prime Minister's science and technology initiatives. Before I bring in Geeta Mohan once again, do we have Geeta Mohan? Okay, Geeta, I know there's a lot of dhol and nagaras in the backdrop. Geeta, take it away.
Well, Gaurav, right outside the Bollywood Hotel, you can see Indians over here in full cultural presentation and projection of Indian culture in color, and absolutely thrilled to see Prime Minister Modi. We have kids who are here who are going to perform Odissi dance and many other dance forms. How excited are you to see Prime Minister Modi?
Yes, very excited.
And are you going to perform over here?
Yes.
What about you, ma'am? Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland, but I'm a hardcore supporter of Modi ji, whom I call the master of developing India, not Modi ji.
Okay, and what about you?
I'm super excited to see Modi ji, and it's the first time I can see him live, so yeah.
And you're all performing? Are you excited about that?
Yes, we are super excited to perform in front of him as well.
Okay. Is it all organized over here? You think Prime Minister Modi will come, step out, meet you?
I think so. We're very hopeful. We are extremely excited. The amount of excitement here, I can't imagine him not stopping and greeting.
What about you? You think? Oh, okay,
I
see you're wearing. So you see, Gaurav, people over here wearing T-shirts with Prime Minister Modi's picture on it.
We are also here for supporting him. We are excited to welcome him here.
Okay. Are you all excited over here? Okay, that's a lot of excitement, Gaurav. In some time from now, Prime Minister Modi will be landing here at in Washington, D.C., and then will be arriving here at the Bollywood Hotel. We are right at the entrance of where Prime Minister Modi would be entering the hotel from. That's not the main entrance, but the rear entrance, and this is where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be entering the hotel from. And the people over here quite excited. They're waiting. They knew that Prime Minister Modi will be entering from this very door. But also, Gaurav, it's raining in D.C. You see, we know that a lot of the preparations have gone down in the rain, but it has not dampened their spirit. They're still quite upbeat about meeting Prime Minister Modi, or at least seeing him. You think the rains have spoiled your spirit?
No, nothing has spoiled our spirit. Are you kidding? No, nothing.
Not at all?
Not at all. It's normal for us.
It's normal for them, Gaurav, is what they're saying. That their spirits have not been dampened by the rain, that they'll continue standing here, waiting for Prime Minister Modi when he arrives. he did step out, and there was a moment when in New York people thought he's not going to really go and meet and greet them like he normally does, but then he actually came out of the hotel and met them. Over here, let's see what really happens, but people over here are quite confident that Prime Minister Modi will step out of his car and come and meet the people here. We do not know whether if that certainly is going to happen or not, given the weather conditions, but something that Prime Minister Narendra Modi does not really miss, or makes it a point to make it part of his entire engagement with the Indian diaspora, which includes meeting and greeting them outside his hotel.
Geeta, the Prime Minister has a private dinner with the US President and the First Lady later this evening, but what all is on the cards the moment he lands? Because he literally hits the ground running. He did that in New York. He's doing that in Washington, D.C., Geeta.
Well, Gaurav, an important question, because yes, he does have the state dinner, but that's later in the evening. There could be a few meetings. Now, in the course of the next few days, there are a few crucial one-on-one meetings that will take place between Prime Minister Modi and some top business honchos, or for that matter, some very important prominent leaders here in Washington, D.C. Allow me to just clear the lens a little, because
Yes.
it is fogged up, and I'm going to ask...
Okay.
There you go. Is that better? No, it's not.
It's always
Okay, I'm
perfect,
just
Geeta.
going to
Go
do
on.
that, Gaurav, because it's quite... Is that better? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, a lot of over the next few days, there is going to be a lot of important engagement with prominent leaders here in Washington, D.C., and that will take place between his important events. So, between him landing and the state dinner, there could be a few meetings. And then again, the same will follow next day and the day after, which is after or between every event. There could be very important meetings that will take place. What I'm given to understand and what we've learned is that he does have two very important meetings. One is with Boeing and the other Micron. These are two very important meetings, Gaurav. India has just signed a very important deal with Boeing, but Micron is the big counter-China offensive on the economic front, so to say, because when India and the United States of America started discussing cooperation in the semiconductor chip industry, Micron certainly, and conversations with Micron certainly would is one of the very important areas looking at alternatives and a resilient supply chain in the technology and software industry. And so the conversation with Micron is not just to do with what they can do for India in terms of supplies, it's also about how India can look at manufacturing the chips as well. So investments, a lot of engagement and conversations about investments would take place here in Washington, D.C. when Prime Minister Modi meets, the top leadership of the country, as also the top leaders from various sectors.